Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at the newly improved JPanther, a German tier 7 tank destroyer. It's been buffed. It's had an armor buff just like many other tier 7 tanks in update 6.7. And what a nice buff this is. I've always liked the JPanther. I thought it was very strong, not armor wise, but it didn't have much armor to go in for it. But what it does have is a nice gun. It really does have a nice gun. Now, with the update, it's been given some frontal armor, and this tank is now actually insane. You're not going to bounce everything that comes your way. Like, you're not going to bounce everything that comes your way. People that switch to Pramo will penetrate you, but it's still a very, very strong tank. Now, armor wise, I think it's been buffed to 120 millimeters of frontal armor, but effective armor, I mean, the front plate you can get over 200 mil when you're looking directly at it because it's sloped. The bottom plate is a lot weaker, so you must try and hide that bottom plate. But as soon as you start turning, I mean, 220 mil, 230, and you can even get 139 on the sides when you are side scraping. So 170 mil there. As I've said, if you can hide that bottom plate and if you can use the gun depression, you can get the armor up to over nearly 300 or just over 300 effective millimeters. It's crazy. I mean, this kind of position, 235 millimeters on your front armor and if you just go higher up like we are doing now, point your gun down, look over the ridge, and you can get 267, 280, probably almost 300 if not over. So armor wise, it's very, very good, very good. And you really can bounce shots. You can bounce shots. If you hold down, people will bounce you. We're going to have 3 games. I mean, this game is myself. We did a pretty good job, but we didn't really bounce anything. So the next 2 games is not me, but we are going to show you just how strong this tank can actually be now. Now, with update 6.7, there was a few other buffs like Tiger 1, the T25 AT. A lot of the heavies have been buffed as well, armor wise, the Black Prince, etc., T29. But this one for me stands out. This one for me is the top of the pile with the buff wise, and it's affected this more, I think, than anything else. The T25 AT is a great tank. The Tiger's now a good tank, but the Tiger, when I was playing it, I didn't really see any difference. I mean, when you're bottom tier, you can see the difference. But here we're going to watch Herpnut, and he's on dead route, and just watch the aggressive play. I don't know if this is one of his first games in the tank since it's been buffed, and he's going to just try out the armor, because that's how it seems. It seems like, guys, this buff is, I've just got an armor buff, let me go test it out, because he is just going to go balls deep in, and he's not going to stop. He's pushing, his team have stopped, and he's just like, no, I'm going to go. My armor is now OP. And already now he's spotted the VK and the Tiger 1, and he is still not stopping. So he comes around the corner. Of course, the VK gets that angle side shot, so he does get penned, and here comes the Tiger, but he's still not worried about backing up, and this is where he's just going to bounce almost everything that comes his way. Almost everything. The Tiger is pretty much gave up on him. The VK is just bouncing everything, so already 660 blocked damage just from these 2 tanks, and he's not done there. The VK carries on going, 880, and in the meantime he's getting damage in return, so he's done 1500 damage. He's going to now get his first kill, and the Tiger 1 is also going to get killed. So now it's 7 against 5. He's going to miss a few shots here on this P43. He's not AFK, he's actually there, believe it or not, and he actually gets a kill. So there was a couple of unlucky misses there against the P43 BIS, and What they have to be careful of now is that the enemy has an SU-152. At the moment, he's one of the only tanks that is not spotted. So we're kind of guessing he's going to be at the bottom. And this T-3485 is about to find out exactly where this SU-152 is. Now, Herpnut knows... He's not stupid. He knows that there could be an issue there, and that is why he's using this rock as cover. So again, he misses his shot on the P-43, but now he's just going to go for a couple of blind shots, and even if he doesn't hit, hopefully the SU can see that someone is shooting and he will need to move, because at the moment he's still not spotted. It's a 4 versus 5, so there goes the Comet. He's gone to spot, and there is the SU. Again, donks his shot against the SU, but he does need to start penning his shot. I mean, he's done almost 2k damage. One more shot, he will be, there we go, above 2k damage, but it's still 4 against 5, and there's still a lot of work to do. There goes the Comet. And the IS somewhere takes out the SU-152 to bring it now down to a 3-on-4. There's still some tanks with that are really, really healthy, like this Tankenstein, pretty much full hit points. You don't really want to be shot from a Tankenstein if he's got that big derpy 500 plus alpha gun. And at the moment, he's just getting some free damage from the Tankenstein, and he's not getting spotted in return. So we know where pretty much all the team are now. He misses again that shot on the Tankenstein, and there is that P-43 BIS from earlier. So at least we know where all 4 tanks on the enemy team are, but they are killing his team. It's now 2 against 4, and he's just been spotted. Does need to be careful that especially that Tankenstein, but he's still going to get some bounces. Now, VK, he's the best target to go for at the moment, and he is actually going to pen him, but again, he bounces 460 alpha, and he does take out the VK. He can now focus on the P-43 BIS, who is staring, but again, both of these last tanks left alive are working together really well, and he does get penned from the Tankenstein. So if the VK rushes now, the Tankenstein is on a long reload, so both of these rushing together, both have got great DPM, shouldn't be a problem dealing with this guy. So he's going to reload. The VK should have really reloaded before, but he is going to take him out for his 4th kill, now just leaving the T-3485. That if he's not quite, he could be a high roll, but he leaves him on just a 1 shot, and hopefully the VK can take him out. So good game. I mean, he blocked 2,070 damage, and he ends on 5,239 damage. Well played. He gets the steel wall, top gun, high caliber, and 1,529 base XP. That is a crazy amount of damage in a tier 7 tank. Now, next up we have Magnus, and he is on Copperfield, which is a pretty small map. It's a one of the smallest maps in the game, in fact. And again, just like the other game, he's not going to sit at the back. He's not going to go and camp in a bush, where I actually think this tank sings. If you can get in a bush, something like Dead Rail, which we just had, but in the corner, near enough where that SU-152 is on that side, and the bush on the enemies on the other side. If you can get in that bush and you've got shots, you really can pump out that damage really quick, because the DPM on this thing is really, really good. 6.7 seconds reload, and you could do up to an over 300 damage per shot. 284 there against the Tiger. So Magnus, I like what he's doing. He hasn't got the best gun depression. I mean, the gun depression is not bad, but he wants to get close to this rock, and he's still going to dish out that damage. So he's a TD that is pretty much playing front line, and he's got plenty of tanks in front of him. Now, he has bounced 440. We've got now the Smasher that bounces 545. There's the Nashorn here that we are going to shoot HE and do 422 damage. So 985 block damage so far, and that is going to go up, as you can see there. So now 1200 block damage, which is now more than his entire hit points. But he does take a nasty shot from that Smasher. So even taking just 1 shot, he is now a 1 shot to the Smasher. Smasher only needs to hit him twice to clear him in total. So the 2580 goes on a little YOLO run, which is a bad decision for him, because he gets another bounce, and the T25AT is gone. So 1 tank down for his team, 2 tanks down for the enemy. Nice high roll there at 388. That is the standard round, 388 on the AP, and he is going to take out the Smasher. So they've taken out the Smasher, which is probably the best tank to take out because it is one of the most broken tanks in the game, and it's one of the only tanks left on, or it's the only one of the only tanks in the matchup that can one-shot Magnus. So taking him out was a very good decision. And again, he's going to go forward, and now he's just going to block after block this AMX M445. There's still the Nashorn there, needs to be careful of, and again, blocks another shot. So now 2,100 block damage. He's got 4k damage at the moment himself, which is already a really good job for a tier 7, and the Panther has gone to run away. It's a 3 versus 3. He messes up that shot again against the AMX, low rolls and only splashes the HE, but now the AMX, he should hopefully, the AMX has actually got really good DPM, and this is where you're going to see he's not missing. He is penetrating, but he does manage to take him out just in time for the AMX to reload, now just leaving the Panther 1. So he's not just going to push up. He does get a nice shot there. He's not just going to push up in YOLO. He's going to wait for his team to actually go and help out. There's no reason for him to die. He just needs to stay alive, and he will be able to bag himself some more damage. He's already on 5,200 damage, and he is going to get one more shot any moment now against the Panther as soon as the Black Prince goes down. And there we go, 309, and they are going to win, and he is actually going to get the final kill. So 5,700 damage. He blocks 2,100 damage, and the tank is now really good. As I've said, I'd liked the tank before. I did like the tank before, but there was no armor. There was no armor. You couldn't really bounce anything. But now this tank has changed, and it is a fantastic, well-armored tank destroyer with a lovely gun. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.
With